I want some fanboys. Please, I want fanboy milk. No, please give me some fanboys.
If you take a look at Zack D Films' top performing videos, you'll see that all of them are family friendly and educational. However, if you scroll to the bottom and do a deep dive investigation into his worst performing shorts, you'll very quickly realize the reason why these videos never went viral is because they are pure nightmare fuel.
She presses her tongue right against the surface of their eyeball and moves it all around. And this supposedly pulls out tiny pieces of metal and debris. Now, people actually travel to this woman, paying her to remove things in their eyes like this. And they claim she can heal most eye problems just by licking it. But it's actually dangerous because it can spread serious infections from her tongue that could leave you permanently blind.
Damn, I would never have guessed that licking someone's eyeball, directly licking their eyeball with your tongue, was dangerous. Bro, of course it's dangerous. Do you understand how many things have been in that woman's mouth? Do you understand how many dinglings have probably been shoved into her mouth over her 80 years of life? So basically, you're getting a dingling straight to the eye, like indirectly. Some random BBC's load is going straight into your eye. No wonder why you go blind from it. But how can any sane person with at least 3 brain cells, like, think that this will fix their eye? They think that licking the eye will remove the stuff from the eye, bro. You're obviously adding more, like, dangerous stuff to the eyes. But this guy, bro, I feel like this guy has a lot more other problems than just his eye. He looks like a bowed thumb, like an actual thumb that has shark teeth somehow. And the tongue movement as well, bro. Look at that tongue movement. That's when you know this granny has probably eaten at least 100 different pussies in her lifetime. Like, I guarantee she gives the best hawk tour. I think I would probably want to try it myself as well. She just sticks her tongue in the eye and just goes... This is why aliens won't visit us.
They cut into her face to tighten loose skin around her cheeks and eyes. You see, she had flown overseas for the surgery because it was cheaper. But when she arrived, the clinic was in a hospital's basement. And after the operation, they wrapped her up and sent her home the same day. But her scars didn't heal correctly, and they pulled her skin too tightly. This stretched her eyelids, preventing them from closing all the way. Now she lives with dried, burning eyes that water constantly, and they'll never fully shut again.
Bro, what the frick is this thing on my screen right now? Is this even a human? That looks like, what is it, like Momo? Is that the name from Momo? She looks like someone has gotten a leaf blower and just blown it in her face so hard that, like, her eyes are just permanently open. So she literally can't even shut them. She can't even go to sleep. She like, actually can't even shut them. No matter how hard she tries, she won't be able to ever shut them. So how is she meant to water them? Like, does she just water her eyes like she waters a plant, like with it, like a teapot or something? Or does she have to, like, move her eyes around to, like, get all, like, areas coated with water, like underneath the eyelid somehow? Like, she has to go like this. But even then, that's, like, kind of hard for me to do. I can barely... I can't even coordinate myself. But yeah, I guess the moral of the story is that cheaper usually means worse quality. Sometimes it's better to just pay a little bit extra to make sure it's, like, decent quality. Because the clinic was in the basement of a hospital. Bro, I guarantee the hospital doesn't even know some random clinic is being run in their basement. They probably snuck into the basement, like snuck in all the equipment, and the hospital doesn't realize that there are freeloaders underneath. But I mean, would you rather look like this, or would you rather look wrinkly like this? Like, she didn't look bad. She is a MILF, if I do say so myself. Like, she is not bad. Like, I would clap. But this, yeah, never in a million years would you ever catch me clapping these cheeks. This was a woman called Joanne Law. Okay, let's see the real life pictures. Surely it's not that bad. Oh, okay, here it is. Bro, it's not that bad. It's not horrible. It's not horrible. Because compare this photo to this. It's not, bro, it's not the same thing.
They connected the blood vessels as they pushed his amputated hand into the incision on his calf. This pumped fresh blood into the hand, keeping it alive. You see, he had gotten into an accident at work, and doctors knew they had to act fast, but his arm was too damaged to reattach it right away. And if the hand didn't get blood soon, the tissue would die. So they decided to attach it to his leg while his arm healed. Then, once it was ready, the hand was still fresh, and they were able to reattach it.
Bro, this gave a whole new meaning to foot job. Because I've seen some weird videos on the hub in the past where like people like they do foot jobs where they use their feet to grab someone's dingling and they may or may not move it up and down. But that means this guy can do 2 foot jobs at the same time. He can use his feet and then he can use his hand, which is attached to his leg. So it's like a 2-in-1 combo meal. That's a 2-in-1 foot job. That is insane. I want to try that. I want to try that. How do I get in contact with this guy? But imagine attaching like multiple people's like random arms to his leg. Because I assume you could probably like stack them on top of each other. Maybe imagine having like 10 hands attached to your leg and then you just like move it up and down, up and down, up and down. That you can do a 10-in-1 combo meal. But they said they had to attach the hand to the leg while the rest of the arm healed, which means like it wasn't like a very quick thing. Like it wasn't here for like 10 minutes and then they just got it onto the arm. Perhaps it stayed here for like a whole weekend or like maybe a whole week, but like while they were cleaning up like the rest of the arm. And so this guy had a random hand just sticking to his leg for that entire weekend. Imagine showing up to work at like a new job and like when you go to shake the manager's hand, you just hold up your leg and your hand is just attached to your leg. And then you shake the manager's hand using your leg to assert dominance over him. And then at that point, the manager gives his role over to you. You become the manager. You get paid so much more than him. And then you take over the entire business. You run the business. You buy the business. You have equity stake in the business. And then you become a billionaire.
You place it in the baby's nose, then gently suck through the mouthpiece to pull out their mucus. But if the baby is sick, that mucus is full of viruses, and some are small enough to slip past the filter. You could inhale those germs straight into your lungs, and once inside, they multiply fast, filling your lungs with fluid until every breath feels like drowning.
Bro, what type of a snack is this? Instead of eating Lunchly and Feastables and Prime while watching the Talk Tour podcast, is that even still a thing? Your definition of a midnight snack is to suck your baby's mucus out of its nose and just eat it? Does that have like nutritional benefit to you? Surely it doesn't. Why would you eat this? This doesn't look good. It doesn't sound good either. Like, why don't you just use a straw to just drink some Coca-Cola instead of using a straw to suck out all the mucus from your baby? Because can't you just eat your own mucus anyways? Like, you can just pick your nose, eat your own mucus, but is that not enough? Maybe you've run out of ammo, and so now you have to move on to the next living, breathing creature, which is your baby. And then you suck out all the mucus and swallow that up, because it is delicious. How? Actually, you know what? Maybe it is delicious to some people, because you know how some people like genuinely like picking their nose and eating it. Maybe it's that same flavor. It's like maybe like a salty flavor. Like I don't even know. I've never eaten my own boogers. But I mean, we listen and we don't judge. Okay, we listen and we don't judge. Maybe it's some sort of like kink or something. Whoever invented this is a great villain. Balls. What?
You could swallow a whole watermelon if your jaw worked like a snake's. But as it traveled down your throat, it would crush your windpipe, cutting off your air before it even reached your chest. Your esophagus isn't stretchy like a snake's, and the watermelon would slam into your lungs and heart. Even if it somehow reached your stomach, it wouldn't fit, meaning you wouldn't have the acid or enzymes to break it down. At that point, your only option would be to throw it back up, but forcing it out would cause just as much damage.
Okay, then I guess I should never attempt to put my balls in this guy's jaw. Because if I did, then allegedly it would, completely, destroy his throat. He is not the throat goat. He is not my throat goat, at least. But that means a snake is technically the throat goat. Because a snake can, widen its jaw like this, both width and also, length. So it can fit any girth of dingling down there. So what if you removed all the teeth of a snake, and you removed the venom, everything, and then what if, perhaps, potentially, in GTA, actually, okay, let's not hype. But it could be a good business opportunity, honestly. What if you sold snakes that didn't have any teeth? Like, you genetically modified snakes to be born without any teeth, and so it could have the expanding jaw, have everything like that, but it just doesn't bite you, and it's not dangerous. If I sold them, would anyone buy them? Like genuinely, if in the comment section, let me know, because maybe I should do some research onto that, because there's probably demand for that. People would want that. People want that. It solves a problem. People want that, because it's either the snake gets it or this guy gets it. If I put my balls in this guy's jaw, right, he's getting absolutely destroyed. Damn, there goes my weekend plan.
He gulped down a live goldfish in front of a crowd as a dare. A few weeks later, someone else said they could swallow 24 of them, and eventually, the record hit 101 goldfish in one go. The stunt made headlines, and students across the country were swallowing live goldfish to outdo each other. But animal rights groups protested, while doctors warned of tapeworms, and a state senator even proposed a law to protect the fish. By the end of spring, the craze faded, but for a brief moment, swallowing goldfish was the ultimate college dare.
Bro, there is something wrong with this guy. Even if you don't even know the story behind this, if you just look at him for 1 second, there is definitely, like, obviously something wrong with him. He's not okay in the head. This might be a lobotomy patient. Because why goldfish, bro? Like, the poor goldfish. Couldn't you do it with, like, marshmallows or something? Like, you know, like the chubby bunny sort of thing? You could have easily done it with marshmallows or something that isn't alive. But why goldfish out of all things? Like, maybe goldfish are slimy and it's, like, slides down better? And maybe they're cheap enough to spawn? But 101 goldfish in a single sitting. Can 101 goldfish even fit in your stomach? And how is this a college dare? Like, I understand college dares can sometimes be, like, you know, kind of stupid, but this seems like it's beyond stupid. Like, it's just not only unethical, but it's also, like, extremely questionable. Like, the fact that the state had to introduce a goldfish law specifically to prevent this type of behavior. Like, what did Nemo do to you guys, bro? Just leave them alone.
He dialed the phone using a pencil as blood poured from the stumps where his arms should have been. You see, they had been ripped off after his shirt got caught in a machine. But he walked 100 yards to his house and opened the door with his mouth. Then he used a pencil to dial 911. Once help arrived, they found his arms, and doctors were able to reattach the bones, veins, and skin while he was in a coma. He spent weeks in recovery and eventually regained use of both arms.
Bro, why did I need to know this information? We don't even get to know his name or anything. This could like honestly be fake. But how do you get both your arms ripped off, but then you get them reattached and they still work? There is no way that works. Because what about the nerves and everything? Like, there's no way it's like 100% use. But what machine was this? And how does he get his shirt caught on this machine? Is this a farming machine? How do you even find yourself in this situation? Like, honestly, it's this guy's fault. Like, how do you find yourself in this situation? Like, I think obviously he was probably like messing around or something, and then he turned himself into a like, what do you call this? It's like, bro, he turned himself into an Among Us character. Bro, he is literally the green Among Us character. It's the same thing.
If your eyes point in different directions, a doctor will make a tiny cut in the thin covering of your eye. Then they'll lift the exposed muscles from the eyeball, moving them slightly to help your eyes line up straight. Once they're in the right spot, the doctor stitches the muscles firmly into place so they stay aligned. Finally, they close the tiny opening on your eye with small stitches that dissolve over time. And once it heals, your eyes stay aligned and point in the same direction.
Bro, I guarantee like less than 1% of the world's population even has this condition. Why do we all need to see this then, bro? What, you're just gonna like slice the eye open? But since when was there a thin layer of like cling film over the eye? And how are you gonna stitch the muscle back to the eyeball? Like, what is there to stitch into? So you're gonna put the needle through here and then into the white eyeball? Isn't that bad? Can't you damage the eye if you do that? What is the white part of the eyeball even made out of? It's called the sclera. But what does it do though? Oh, okay, it's a tissue. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I originally thought that there was just water inside the white part of our eyeball, but apparently it's a tissue. Bro, 2 to 5% of the world's population has this strabismus condition. And so there was no need to make this nightmare fuel surgery short. Like, yes, it's interesting to the people who have to get the surgery, but like, does the general population really need to like know what happens here?
If 1,500 bees swarmed in and stung you, and you weighed 150 pounds, the poison would quickly break down your muscles, releasing toxins into your blood. You see, 1 pound of body weight can only handle about 10 stings. Any more, and your kidneys would fail as they struggled to process it. At the same time, your body would release adrenaline, making your heart beat way too fast, and eventually you would have a heart attack and die.
Great, so I guess note to self, never get stung by 1,500 bees, bro. Where do you even find 1,500 bees? Like, how many bees are even in a hive? Okay, from 10,000 to 80,000 bees. Okay, so I guess Okay, I guess it's not that rare of an occurrence. So I assume a lot of beekeepers have probably died from bee stings. But what the frick is this, bro? Like, what? Like, where is this? Like, this is body weight. Where is this body weight coming from? Where is this hair coming from? Is this like the dingling hair? That is disgusting. That looks, bro, that looks like raspberry ice cream that is being like left out for like 30 minutes and it's slightly melting. This is the face you make when you nut, but she keeps sucking. Respect to this guy for flexing after going through all that. Respect to the guy who respected this guy for flexing after going through all that. Bro, what the frick is YouTube Shorts comments?